Eris. Welcome back to the channel. Today, you guys, I am sharing something really exciting, and it is a few of my, I would say, vegetarian grocery staples. I think that if you have all of these products, you're gonna be able to have amazing meals. In my last video, I described and told you guys about my vegetarian journey and some of the benefits that I have been receiving since I had made that switch over to a vegetarian lifestyle. I wanted to come and follow up with that video and kind of give you a little bit more information regarding the groceries, because I did talk about the groceries and how they could be affordable, but I gave you all of those amazing benefits. Now I want to give you the ingredients to getting those benefits. So I'm sharing with you a lot of the groceries that I just currently have in my home now. Of course, there's more that you can purchase, but I think if you start here, then this is going to be a great place for you to kind of begin that journey if you so choose. I'm not going in any particular order because I was just kind of going and pulling things off the shelf, out of the refrigerator, just to share with you guys. One of the first things that I changed in my diet was eliminating milk. Cow milk, shall I say. And so I think this would be a great start for anyone who is interested in making a change. And this is almond milk, and I got this one from Walmart. Of course, it's vanilla, but you can get just straight almond milk. You can also make it yourself, which I haven't done that yet, but almond milk is a great substitute for dairy milk. I also like to use this along with making my products such as my steel cut oats. So I think that having almond milk is going to take you far in your kitchen. This is one of those staple products that you should always have in your kitchen, is some good old almond milk. I don't know about you guys, but I would buy bottled water and I would go through them so fast because I am increasing my water intake. And in drinking so much water and buying so many bottles, I figured it would be best for me to just kind of start at getting a filter for my water. Now, I don't have one installed on my faucet, but I did. Let me show you guys. But I did purchase a Brita, and I got this from Amazon. It's red, matches my kitchen, but I got this from Amazon, and I'm telling you, it really, really works. Like, my water tastes really good, almost better than bottled. So if not better than bottled, to be honest. But I got this Brita. For those of you who are, you know, interested in it, I can link it in the description box below, but I did get it from Amazon. Wasn't expensive at all. I want to say it was under 20 bucks. So let's get into the soups. Soup is always my go-to when I'm like hungry but don't really feel like cooking a lot. All I have to do is warm it up and I'm good to go. This one right here is one of my favorites. This is the roasted red pepper and tomato soup. It's also gluten-free for those of you who have gluten allergy, but I really love this soup. It is so good, so creamy. I really, really, really love this one. I actually keep it in stock. Like, I do not allow myself to run out of this soup. I just warm it up. You can, of course, add, you know, in your own things if you want, or you can just eat it as is. I like my food a little bit spicy, so I add in some Cajun seasoning and whatnot, but really, really good with some grilled cheese too. Up next, I have some vegetable broth. This is good to have in place of using water. So when I'm boiling things such as quinoa, then I will make sure I boil it in vegetable broth. This gives it a really nice flavor other than just boiling it in water. So vegetable broth is always good to have. It's also good to have this when you're creating your own soups. So if I wanted to do a vegetable soup with, you know, let's say green beans and carrots and potatoes, or maybe sweet potatoes, then I can definitely just add some chicken broth to that and it tastes amazing. So vegetable broth it is. So up next, let me give you some of my kind of staple canister products, and this one is pasta, and this is, of course, bow tie pasta. And yes, I like bow tie pasta because I want my pasta pretty. But this is bow tie pasta. You can't go wrong with having some pasta in your home. All you have to do is boil it, add in your ingredients and your sauce, and you have a complete meal. It's one of those quick meal options, so you always want to have some pasta on hand. Up next, I have quinoa, and this is really good. It's a very, very hearty grain. The first time I tried quinoa was when I saw Tia Mori, when she was, I don't know if she still does her quick fix meals or whatever, but she had used some quinoa and it looked really good, and so I bought some and tried it, and I was like, oh, I've been missing out. So I definitely enjoy having some quinoa. Another favorite, chia seeds. I really enjoy chia seeds. You can add them to your smoothie. I typically like to make chia seed pudding, which is where I take some almond milk along with my chia seeds and I put them in a bowl, refrigerate it overnight. The next morning it's really nice and gelled, and I can put in some fruit on top, so like some strawberries, some almonds, some blueberries. It's a really great breakfast or even a snack. Next, you guys, we have my favorite nuts. We have nuts. I have almonds, cashews, as well as walnuts. Almonds are one of my favorites. I put this in my oatmeal. I put it in like my salads. Cashews are really nice to have. I don't really eat these as much. As you can see, it's kind of full. I did refill it, but my husband kind of likes to snack on these more so than I do. I did see a really good recipe on cashew cream, so I'm definitely going to try that out. I may try that out with you guys, so let me know if you're interested. If you are following me on Instagram, you saw that I made some nut meat using walnuts, and it was really good, really good. I'm gonna try around with some different spices and things like that, but for the first time trying it out, it turned out really well. But these are what walnuts are for. I also like my walnuts in my salads too, as well as when you're making other dishes. I love me some brown rice. My husband more than me, but brown rice is always good to have. It's kind of like having pasta. You can boil it and put some veggies in with it, maybe a meat substitute, and you have a meal. So brown rice is always good to keep around. And if you guys are interested in these canisters, I did get these from Amazon as well, and I can put the link down in the description box for that too. Up next, I want to share with you guys this amazing bread. So this is Dave's Killer Bread. It is one of my absolute favorites. I don't think I'll buy any other bread other than this, but it's really good, very healthy for you. It has tons of grains in it, whole grains. The slices are pretty thin, so it's not that really thick bread, but let me see if I can give you guys a close-up so you can see all of those beautiful grains in there. But yeah, Dave's Killer Bread. Oh, and if you look up the story, it's pretty interesting too, the story about how this bread came about. Up next, you guys, I have some tortillas. And I use these for when I'm making like wraps or something like that. It's good to have. I usually eat these with maybe a snack, so maybe roll some hummus, some carrots or something like that in here, and you've got yourself a good meal. Also maybe some tacos or burritos. But these are really good to have. They're spinach and herb. Let's get into some veggies. I always have some broccoli at my home. And I've been really getting into roasted broccoli lately versus I was buying the broccoli that you have in the bag. You just microwave and steam it. But I really like the crisp and the freshness of it being in the oven. So that's typically what I do. Although you can microwave this bag, I pour the contents out and roast it in the oven. And it's delicious. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not a real tomato girl. Like, I was the one who peeled off the tomato if it came on a sandwich or anything like that. No tomato for me. I don't like it. I only like stewed tomatoes that was in a pasta or chili, something like that. But I've really grown to accept tomatoes and really prefer the taste. I still don't like a whole lot of them, but I do like to have them a part of my dishes because it does add a different element of flavor that most of my dishes need and taste a lot better. So grape tomatoes are good. You can use these. I did them in tacos not long ago. I also like to use them on some avocado toast and in some pasta. So grape tomatoes are really good to have. Up next, one of my super favorites is some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I eat it on pizza. Like, before I became a vegetarian, I was still a mushroom girl. Stuffed mushrooms, portobello. Like, I enjoy mushrooms. So mushrooms are good to have as well. The next way I'm going to try these is to actually mix them and make them with my walnut meat. Seen a recipe on Pinterest where they did that and it looks so yummy. So I'm definitely going to try that. If you are a vegetarian, vegan, even if you're not, you need to have this in your kitchen, and that is some avocados. So I my husband put me on avocados. He was like really gung-ho, like he loves avocados. And he was like, you should try it, you should get it. I'm like, okay, you know, I've had guacamole and whatnot, you know, so I'm not like unfamiliar with avocados, but it took me a while to like jump on the avocado train to where I was like, okay, we need some avocado with this. But avocados are really good. I always get the organic. I did come across some tacos that was fried avocado, so I'm very interested in that to see, you know, if I can maybe recreate that. But avocados are really, really good too. Up next is sweet potatoes. I love me some sweet potatoes. You guys know that if you've seen my Instagram. I made some steel cut oats and added sweet potatoes in them. You can stuff the sweet potatoes, you can slice them up and bake them, you can make sweet potato chips. They're sweet potato fries. It's endless what you can do with sweet potatoes, so I always love to have sweet potatoes nearby. They don't need a whole lot of manipulation to get a meal from it, and that's my kind of item to have in the kitchen. I love fruits. I always have some type of fresh fruit in my home, whether it be blueberries, bananas, apples, strawberries. I just love to have some sort of fruit in my home because I like to add these to my smoothie drinks. I add them onto even my toast. If I'm making some kind of toast, I will use blueberries as well as some oatmeal, different things like that. Blueberries are good for, so I currently have blueberries. So I'll definitely be using these up. Next is one of my favorite snack items, and it is hummus. And I get Sabra. This is my favorite flavor. I haven't experimented with a lot of different ones. I do plan on branching out, but this one is my absolute favorite. It's the roasted red pepper. Most likely I pair this up with some carrots. So usually I'm just dipping carrots in and eating it that way. You can also do maybe some snap peas as well as the broccoli that I showed you. You could eat it with that too. Also, you can wrap it up inside your tortilla and make a little snack out of it. I forgot to show you guys this when I'm showing you the grains, but this is black beans. I love beans, especially black beans. This was before I was vegetarian. There's a lot you can do with black beans. You can actually do black bean burgers, which is another recipe I'm going to try and craft and make, and I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. Soy sauce, I really like having this. This is one of those sauces that you can put a little bit in about any sauce you make, and it's gonna take it up, it's gonna elevate it. So having some soy sauce around is really great as well. You can also marinate your different meat substitutes with this as well before you cook, and it will be delicious. So speaking of meats, as you can notice, I haven't shared really any meat substitutes with you yet, other than, you know, the option to make your own with the walnuts. But here is one that I always have, and it is tofu. And as you can see, I have the extra firm tofu. Now, even with having extra firm, I think somebody mentioned this to me before in a story, but even with having extra firm, it can be a little bit difficult to digest for those of you who may be texture challenged. So if that is you, I will share a recipe on how I make it where it is absolutely delicious. It has that kind of give when it comes to chewing it. It's not just a soft mush. So but yeah, I have a special way that I make this, and it's super delicious, and I know that if you try it, you're gonna like it. My husband liked it, so I know you're gonna like it. Up next is sugar-free maple, and this is maple flavor syrup. I like to have this around as a sugar substitute. I'm really trying to cut back on how much sugar I intake. So if I am making a recipe and it calls for some level of sweetness to it, this is going to be what I reach for and add it in. I put this in my oatmeal as well, and it gives it that exact sweetness that I'm looking for without the sugar. Speaking of sweet stuff, let's go ahead and move on to the next item, which is Love Crunch. Love Crunch right here, okay? This is really good. I love this. It satisfies every like chocolate craving that I could ever have. You can just sprinkle this on top of maybe your chia seed pudding that I was telling you guys about. I also eat it just in like a little small bowl. So if I'm having a chocolate craving, I just get a small bowl, sprinkle a little bit of this in with my almond milk, and eat it like a cereal. It's really good, really crunchy, and super chocolate. So I really like this. It's chocolate and nuts inside of here, so it's just really like a chocolate organic granola, and I love it. Really, really good stuff. Okay, you guys, bear with me. I know we've covered a lot, but the last two items I know you're going to enjoy. And this is for those of you like me who sometimes are in a hurry. You want something quick and you don't want to go through like the boiling and all of that. And that is going to be some Seeds of Change. With this is organic quinoa brown rice with garlic. So it's pretty much already prepared in the pouch. All you have to do is like vent the sides and put it in your microwave. Vent the sides, put it in your microwave, and you have got quinoa brown rice blend. Delicious, really good, very fast. The next is jasmine rice. I really enjoy this rice. It's like a sticky rice. I really like it. And you just put this in the microwave as well, and in moments it is ready. So we have covered a lot in this video. I hope you find it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know. Leave me a comment in the description box below. If you use any of these products, maybe in a different way, I would love to hear from you. I'm still new to the vegetarian lifestyle, so I am still learning about you know, putting different ingredients together to create meals. So I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, until next video, thanks for watching. Enjoy.